And it's 6 p.m., so let's go ahead and get started. In child's pose, please. So start by finding a kneeling position. And then just let your forehead gently come down to your mat. Sink your hips back in the direction of your heels. And your hips never ever have to reach your heels. That's just a direction that they're going towards. But let your forehead rest somewhere. So if your mat feels a little far away today, you can rest your forehead on your forearms or on a block. If you don't have a block, you can use like a sweatshirt or a couch cushion. You can get creative in your own home. And you have choices with your body. You can spread your knees wide apart. Start to feel for a stretch in your hips that way. You can also press your knees close together. Start to feel for a stretch in your lower back, lumbar spine. Arms can go back behind you, palms face up, or out in front of you, palms face down. But wherever your arms are, bend your elbows enough so that your forearms are totally resting on your mat. That way your shoulders can relax. You're not braced for impact in any kind of way. And it's just a softening, a surrender. Allow yourself to completely let go, to completely succumb to gravity. See if you can get a little more still, a little more heavy. And just start to notice your breath. Trace it down your throat into your lungs. Notice where you're breathing into. Your breath can tell you a lot about your state of mind. So if you're breathing into your belly, your lower back, maybe you're feeling pretty calm, pretty at peace. Maybe you had a pretty chill day. Hi, Eddie. If your breath is somewhere up in your chest, your throat, your upper back, maybe there's, good to see your face, maybe there's a little bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety, some more of those types of emotions, which is totally understandable right now. And I don't call attention to it to label anything as good or bad or right or wrong or place any kind of judgment on it. It's just for you to notice, to start to hone in, to develop that intuition, that listening to yourself. And then from there, just start to manage your breath. So begin to deepen your inhales, lengthen out your exhales. And those long, slow exhales, they trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, which tells your body that you're safe, it's okay to be calm, it's okay to soften. And know that you're safe in the room right now. Close your eyes, let the rest of the room just fall away. This hour is all about you. It's a chance to move and breathe and feel and navigate space. Just moving your body around can just move energy around. Sometimes things that have been stuck for a really long time can kind of shake loose. And it's a chance to be in the present moment with yourself. It's a moving meditation. So just like in a seated meditation, thoughts or sensations or emotions might bubble up to the surface, and that's wonderful. Allow yourself to fully feel anything that you need to feel today. Let this practice be whatever you need it to be. And if you need a break for any reason, or you notice your breath has become a little shallow, a little choppy, or you're holding it, or you just want a moment of centering, a moment of peace, of relaxation, come back to child's pose anytime you'd like. This is your home base on your mat, your safe space. Then let's just start off with a breath together. Wherever you are in your cycle of breath, start to turn it into an exhale, get empty. Inhale, fill your belly, lower back, rib cage expand. And exhale, HA. Yeah, those big HA ha's, they release heat, tension from your body. I think we're all feeling a whole lot of tension right now, so maybe you get a little louder today. You're in your own home. There's no one there to judge you. Allow yourself to release what you need to release. And then we'll just start to add a little bit of movement into child's pose. So if your hands aren't out in front of you, begin to walk them forward. And then keep walking them so far forward that your elbows forms and wrists release. Yeah, so tense all the way up on your fingertips. Feel for a stretch through both sides of your body as you keep setting your hips back. And just roll your forehead side to side. Notice the texture of your mat on your skin. And in a dreamy sort of way, let that roll travel down your spine into your hips until it feels more like a sweet sweat. And from there, plant your palms, spread your fingers wide. And with your eyes still closed, slowly push yourself up to all fours, find a tabletop. Feel for stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And inhale, drop your belly, lift your head and tail for cow. Exhale, round your spine, push your mat away for cat. Inhale the cow, try to touch your head, your tail, feel for a stretch in your throat even. And then exhale the cat, hollow yourself out, get as round as you can. And keep taking these on your own. Flow to the rhythm of your own breath. Let your breath be your guide. Yeah, and there's nothing to see here, so close your eyes. This practice is a work in, not a workout. It's a chance to go inside. And if you've taken some cats and cows and you're like, no, there's something else my body's really craving right now, feel free to explore it. Could be an undulation or a C curve, or maybe it's something I can't even describe. There aren't even words for it, but it's yours and it feels good to you. And that's what this is about. Moving in ways that feel good to you. Please, today, let your practice feel good. And I'm going to make a whole lot of invitations, a whole lot of suggestions over the next hour. But that's what they are, invitations and suggestions. At the end of the day, you are your own best teacher. You live in your body. You know what it needs. All right, so on your next pass through, find a neutral spine. Spread your fingers out as wide as they'll go. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, send your hips up high towards your first downward facing dog. And as soon as you get there, break it all apart. Deconstruct it, find movement. And again, move in ways that are intuitive. And it might not be that same movement you always do or the same thing you did last week. I love seeing little kitties and puppies walk through the screen. Yeah, feel it out. Take stock. How's your body feeling right now? Different every time you come to your mat. And then start to find stillness in that big upside down B. We'll clean it up. Look forward to your hands. Set them shoulder width apart. Wrist crease parallel to the front of your mat, middle finger facing forward. Bring your shoulders away from your ears so your neck has a little more space, and it's subtle, but rotate your upper arms outwards. It's gonna broaden your shoulders. Feet about hips width distance apart, roughly 6 inches. And then bend your knees, send your tailbone up towards the ceiling, tilt it forward, press your heart towards your thighs, pull length out of your spine. And then just slowly let your heels sink back towards your mat to the extent you can keep your spine long. Exhale, empty. Inhale, biggest breath of your day. Exhale, HA. All right, take a bend to your knees. Look forward between your hands. Take a slow walk to the top of your mat. Find your forward fold. And then as soon as you get there, crease your knees to take pressure off your lower back and hamstrings. Allow your torso to just drape. Allow it to drip towards the ground. Completely surrender to gravity. And yeah, this is your practice. So if there's choices that would feel better to you, maybe grabbing for elbows, maybe interlacing hands behind your head or gentle sway side to side. Feel free to explore those options. Just make choices that are gentle. We're just coaxing lower back, hips, hamstrings to start to open. But it's a process. You never want to be forceful. Beautiful. And then measure out hips width distance between your feet. 2 fists snug between your arches. Inhale, half lift. Bring your hands to your shins, maybe your thighs for the first one. I like to do that. Bring your weight forward onto the balls of your feet so you stack all your joints. Use your hands pressing against your legs to grow even longer. Feel for the flattest back you can. So draw your shoulder blades together and then drag them down your back. Beautiful, Dana. One more inhale for length. And exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, come forward and up, all the way into your extended mountain pose. And then when you get there, allow your eyes to gently close. And just drop into the moment, feel it out. Maybe shift your weight left, right, back, forward. And eventually, find a place where you feel really centered. And then stand intentionally in that place. And it might be the first time that you've stood intentionally all day. So feel your mat beneath your feet as if you could grow roots all the way to the ground. Pull up on your kneecaps to engage your thighs. Tuck your tailbone. It's going to put your pelvis in a neutral position. And from there, grow tall out of your waistband as you let your shoulders melt down your back. Really nice, Shane. And just breathe and feel. That's all you have to do for a whole hour. And then flutter your eyes back open. On your next inhale, look up, reach up, maybe back slight. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back, pause in your plank. And you can always, always, always take your knees down here, even if you don't normally. We're in weird times right now. Listen to your body. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, tuck your tailbone, feel your core light up when you do it. Set up our flow together. Try to keep your elbows tight against your ribs through it. Inhale to shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, untuck your toes, straighten your arms, hips off your mat, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Send your heart towards your thighs. Beautiful flow. Awesome job, Mo. Good to see you. All right, let's put that together just a little bit quicker. So take a bend to your knees, look forward between your hands, step or float, top of your mat, forward fold. Set your feet hips width distance. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And this time, like a wave, ride your inhale all the way up into your back bend. When you reach the apex, let your exhale carry you back down. Let your breath tell you when it's time to move. Nice, Marika. Inhale, half lift, reset. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or lightly hop your feet back. Take yourself through a flow, high to low, up to down, and then it's yours. Take it away. One breath, one movement. So it's a modified sun salutation. Every inhale you move, every exhale you move again, and it's a chance to explore on your own. Move in a way that feels good to you, at a pace that feels good to you. See if you can allow your practice to feel good today. When you're back in down dog, keep it active. Press your heart towards your thighs. If you're moving, keep moving. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. No rush at all. But if you are ready, exhale, drain your lungs. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, HA. Inhale your right leg back. Ooh. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, shoulders over your wrists, round your spine. Like cat pose. Inhale your leg long. Exhale, knee to right tricep, look over your right shoulder. Inhale your leg long. Exhale, knee to left tricep, look over your left shoulder. Inhale your leg long. And exhale, silently step your foot between your hands. Seal your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. I said ooh earlier because my husband kicked our bar and it sounded like it hurt. So be careful of anything around you, any furniture. All right. So set your feet hips width distance apart here. You might need to toe heel your right foot a little bit over towards the right to make it happen. Set your back foot at about a 45-degree angle. So face your toes towards the top left corner of your mat. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. You could take a shorter or longer stance if you need to make that happen. And then from there, think left hip a little forward as you draw your right thigh bone back. So hips start to move in the direction of square towards the front of your room. But let go of that idea of perfection. A lot of it just depends on your individual anatomy. My hips are never going to square towards the front of that room. So instead, feel for a stretch across the front of your left hip. And then just like in mountain, grow tall out of your waistband, soften your shoulders, relax your face. Inhale, sit low, reach up, reach back. Exhale, follow your hands down, step your right foot back, and take yourself through a flow. And these flows are a chance to rinse out, to reset, to come back to your rhythm. All right, from down dog, inhale your left leg back. Exhale, knee to your nose, shoulders over your wrists, round your spine. Use core rather than momentum. Inhale your leg long. Exhale, knee to left tricep, look over your left shoulder. Inhale your leg long. Exhale, knee to right tricep, look over your right shoulder. Beautiful, inhale your leg long. And exhale, use your core strength to step your foot through. Get your hips high to do it. Awesome, Marika, feel your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Yeah, give yourself a moment to set up a really firm foundation. Maybe toe heel your left foot a little over towards the left. Really grip the mat with the pinky toe side of your right foot so that you don't collapse on your inner arch. Draw your left hip a little back, and once you feel strong and sturdy and grounded, close your eyes. And where you might have felt strong and sturdy, there might be some shakes, some wobbles. That's okay, stay with it. Let it get messy, live in the mess. When you close your eyes, 50% more of your brain lights up all of your other senses, including your internal vision. And that center within you, that's what you're searching for. Beautiful, Courtney. And then flutter your eyes back, open. Inhale, sit low, reach up, drag your fingers across your ceiling. Exhale, release. 2 hands down, step your left foot back, flow it out. And then it's yours. One breath, one movement again. Just take warrior one, right side and left. Keep it simple. And I recommend trying to close your eyes, even if it's just for a moment. And if closing your eyes sounds scary or weird or foreign, treat it like an experiment. Try it just today. See if it changes your experience on your mat. And if you're back in down dog and it's available, exhale, drain your lungs. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, let something go. Take a bend to your knees, look forward between your hands, step or float, top of your mat, forward fold. Set your feet hips width distance. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then bend your knees enough so that you can pick up your toes. Slide your hands underneath your feet, palms face up. So your toes touch your wrist crease for gorilla, and you can keep your knees as bent as you need to make it happen. Bring your weight a little onto the balls of your feet, and from there, gently begin to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Send your breath into any places you feel sensation, and depending on how your body's feeling right now, this might feel easier, it might feel really, really challenging. If your legs are straight, you're feeling good, you can use the strength of your arms to pull yourself deeper. Maybe elbows bend out to the sides as you do. And you might feel this stretch anywhere along the backside of your body, your legs, your hips, your glutes, your back. There's no wrong answers because you are so unique. Just send your breath into those spaces. One more inhale. And exhale, unstep your hands. From there, inhale, hips down, heart up, chair pose. We're only going to do one chair pose, so make it count. Maybe close your eyes right away. Bring your weight into your heels. Slide your hips back towards the wall behind you. It's like you're trying to get your shins perpendicular to your mat, but as long as your toes are poking out in front of your knees, you're in a good spot. And then lift your heart. Feel for a proud chest. It's more stacking shoulders on top of hips than leaning forward. And if you notice you're really arching your lower back, send your tailbone towards the ground. Lengthen out your lower back so that your core muscles turn on to support you. Squeeze your arms straight, but let your shoulders relax into their sockets. Looks so beautiful. Dana and Lauren and Aiden. One more inhale, sit low, lift your heart. Exhale, stand straight up. Nice, toe heel your feet together to touch so that your legs are zipped up. Interlace all 10 fingers. Release your index fingers for a steeple grip. Shimmy your biceps back by your ears, and then squeeze your arms so straight you squeeze your head. Keep the head to arm connection the whole time. Nice. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bump your hips to the left. Reach your arms up and then over to the right, standing half moon. Beautiful. Bring your weight into your heels. Press evenly through both of your feet. Firm up your thighs. Bring your left hip forward as you scoop your right shoulder forward so your whole body faces the front of the room. And instead of rounding your chest forward, lean your chest back. Feel for up dog through your collarbones. There's an expansion there. One more inhale, pull your left arm with your right. And exhale, come back to center. And then switch out your grip. So your hands interlace non-dominant way. We're gonna break all those old ingrained patterns. Shimmy your biceps by your ears. Squeeze your head. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, hips to the right, arms up and then over to the left. And it is an up and over rather than a crunching. Imagine you're leaning over a giant beach ball. This time it's right hip forward, left shoulder forward. And yeah, you're leaning your chest back, but pull your belly in. Pick your chin up off your throat. Give yourself more space to breathe. Press your palms so tightly there's no air. One more inhale, pull. Exhale, come back to center. Nice. Keep your arms up, separate your hands. Inhale, look up, reach back. Exhale, dive, forward fold, let it go. And how quickly can you go from working really hard to being at rest? All right, inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back, pause in your plank. Bring your feet into touch. Place your right hand under your face. Inhale, roll onto your right side for your side plank. So you have a lot of choices here. If you need more stability, you can stagger your feet or bring your bottom knee down. Otherwise, stack your feet on top of each other. Actively press your mat away so you don't collapse on your right shoulder. Rainbow your hips up, get them high. And if you want to challenge yourself, lift your left leg, send your top arm forward. Look up at the ceiling, test your balance. Take an inhale and exhale, slowly come back to plank. Such nice work. Nice, Leslie. Bring your feet back into touch. Place your left hand under your face. Inhale, roll onto your left side. And it's any variation on this side that works. Yeah, lately I've been needing to bring a knee down. It's all good. Again, actively press your mat away to protect your shoulder. And the higher you get your hips, the more you're going to work into your obliques, all those core muscles along your sides. If you want to challenge yourself, lift your right leg, send your top arm forward. Look up at the ceiling to complete it. Take an inhale. Exhale slowly back to plank. Rinse it out with the flow. Nice work, Evan. Nice work, Heather. Really strong grip. And then when you're back in down dog, find your breath, deep and slow. All right, inhale your right leg back. Exhale slowly, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back, heel down. Inhale, warrior one. This time, exhale, glide into warrior two. Left arm back, right arm forward. And then you get to get big. You get to take up so much space. It's an empowering pose. Place your back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. This time, go heel to heel or heel to inner arch alignment. And then really press through the pinky toe side of both of your feet so your legs light up. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. So if it starts drifting towards the left, squeeze it back to center. Bring your left hip down in line with your right. And just like in mountain, tuck your tailbone, grow tall. Soften your shoulders away from your ear. Inhale, sit low, stretch wide. Exhale, slow. Both hands down. Step your right foot back. And you flow. Nice transition, Jordan. All right, inhale your left leg back. Exhale with care, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back heel down. Inhale for one. Exhale, peel into warrior two. Give yourself a beat or two to take up space, to get big. And then again, close your eyes. And after you've kind of landed wherever you're going to land today, see if you can just stay there. Just be okay with whatever version of warrior two is showing up for you today. Resist the urge to fix or fidget or adjust. And instead of worrying about what it looks like, focus on what it feels like. What's going on inside of you? Can you feel your breath moving through you, maybe swirling around inside of you? Is there anywhere you can feel your pulse? Can you stretch your arms just a little bit wider? Slow your breath down. Remember those long, slow exhales, especially when things start to get a little bit edgy. Can you stay calm in the moment? Can you find some peace? Inhale, sit low, stretch wide. Exhale, slow. Windmill your hands down. Step your left foot back. Find your flow. And then it's yours. It's one last, one breath, one movement of class. Warrior one, warrior two, right side and left. And if you've been coming to our studio or practicing with us long enough, you might have started to be in on the secret that this practice isn't about the poses at all. The poses are merely a vehicle, a container in which you can have an experience. And all you have to do is listen, tune in, be the witness behind it all. What is this particular experience trying to teach you today? We don't use the body to get into the pose. We use the pose to get into the body. All right, exhale, drain your lungs. Inhale something fresh and new. Exhale, let it fly. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back, heel down, pause. Inhale, power lunge, arms back by your hips, palms face down like airplane wings. Pick your torso up off your thighs. So there's one long line from your back foot through the crown of your head. So Evan, you might want to come up a little bit higher. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Pinkies energetically try to find each other, and then let your hands find each other. Interlace your fingers behind your back. From there, send your hands low towards your back heel. Open your heart, open your chest, maybe open your throat, tilt your head back. One more inhale to drag your knuckles down. Exhale, release. Sweep your biceps forward to frame your face. Extended power lunge. Exhale, empty. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, blossom into warrior two. Nice. And then when you can bring your back foot in a little closer if you'd like to. Bump your hips way back to the left, super sassy. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, right hand to your shin, left hand up for triangle. Yeah, really nice. And continuously keep bumping your hips back so that you can grow as long as possible through your torso. Focus on lengthening the right side of your rib cage as well as your left. Feel for stacking left hip on top of right. So scoop your right hip a little under, nice adjustment chain. And if you can see the back of your top hand, that's a good indicator your arms are in line. Inhale to stretch your arms apart. Exhale, bring your left hand down to frame your front foot. Step your left foot in closer and over towards the left. So you're in a shorter stance and a wider stance for your pyramid. Two straight legs, fold your torso over your front leg. And if your mat feels really far away, you can use blocks, you can use a water bottle, a couch cushion. Get creative. From there, draw your right hip a little back as you encourage left hip a little forward. Really nice, Joe. That looks great. Send your breath into your right hamstring. One more exhale. Inhale your right arm up, revolve triangle. So keep pressing evenly through both of your feet. If your back foot starts coming off your mat, just move it in a little bit. Bring your right hip down and back, your left hip up and forward so that your hips level off and don't steal the twist from your spine. And instead, feel for twisting from your navel all the way through the crown of your head. One more inhale, look up to complete it. Exhale, bring your right hand down, step your right foot back, flow it out. Really nice work. Nice, Maggie. I like the knees down flow. I've been really feeling that lately too. All right, inhale your left leg back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. There's the husky. Feel your back heel down. Inhale, power lunge. Arms back by your hips. Palms face down like airplane wings. Andrea's getting puppy kisses. All right, draw your left hip a little back, right hip a little forward, and avoid overarching your lower back here. Tuck your tailbone again to turn on your core muscles. Pinkies try to find each other, and then interlace your hands the opposite direction behind your back. Again, non-dominant grip. Send your hands low towards your back foot. Feel an opening across the front of your chest, your collarbones, your shoulders. Allow it to feel really good. One more inhale. Exhale, extended power lunge. Sweep your biceps forward. Exhale to ground as a group. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, smooth into warrior two. Nice, and then straighten your left leg. Bump your hips way back to the right. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, tilt your body down for triangle. Beautiful transition, Courtney. Yeah, and if you have knees that hyperextend, just keep a little micro bend in your front knee to protect your knee joint. Lean your weight back into your two heels and lean back towards whatever is behind you. Imagine you're leaning flush against a wall. So it's almost a feeling of falling backwards a little bit. Yeah, and you might need to bring your hand higher on your shin to really flatten out. Reach your top arm straight towards 12. Inhale to stretch your arms apart. Exhale, bring your right hand down to frame your front foot. And then take that shorter and that wider stance again. And as short and as wide of a stance as you need to get two straight legs. And again, feel free to use any props. Encourage left hip back, right hip forward. And you can even move with your breath here if you want. Inhales for length, little mini half lifts. Exhales to fold deeper. Moving with your breath like that is one of the quickest ways to build flexibility. All right, one more exhale. Inhale your left arm up, revolve triangle. And again, keep pressing evenly through both of your feet. Take the shorter stance if you need to. This time it's left hip down and back, right hip up and forward to level off your hips. And you can even take your left hand, place it on your lower back to feel for level hips. And then with hips really level, from there start to peel left ribs back. And it might not feel like it's satisfying of a twist, but you're definitely twisting your spine that way. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your left hand down, step your left foot back, and you fluff. Awesome, Tina. All right, let's have a little fun. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Seal your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flow to the rhythm of your own breath. No rush. Cool. From there, bring your left hand to your left hip. Take a little bit of a shorter stance. Start to look down about a foot in front of your right toes. In a moment, you're going to go to balancing half moon. So take an inhale. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up, balancing half moon. And you can use a block if you need to. You have a whole lot of options. You can keep your left hand on your left hips. Use it to peel left hip back on top of right. Or you can reach your left arm straight towards the ceiling. Right hand, you can use a block, hands up on fingertips. Or if you want an extra balance challenge, you could try hovering your right fingertips. Just like in triangle, feel for stacking left hip on top of right, left shoulder on top of right. One more inhale here. Exhale, switch your hands. Left hand down, right arm up. Revolve, balancing half moon. So similar to revolve triangle. And you can keep your right knee a little bent, but try to squeeze your left leg even straighter. Nice, Shane. Roll right ribs back, left ribs forward. Looks beautiful, Dana. One more inhale here. Exhale, both hands down. Keep your left leg up, standing split. Nice. And the higher you kick your left leg, the more you're going to feel it in your right hamstring. Looks beautiful, Mo. Tuck your chin. Feel for length in your spine. Stay calm when things get spicy. One more inhale. Kick a little higher. Exhale, release, forward fold. Shake it out. Flutter your lips. Let it go. Sometimes I like to take a little squat here. Whatever works for you. All right, inhale, half lift, seal it off. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or lightly hop your feet back. Rinse it out with a flow. Beautiful work. Yeah, and if you hop back, hop in a low plank with your elbows bent instead of high plank. It's less impact on your joints. Kind of think like shocks on like a bike or a car. All right, second side. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, slow. Step your foot between your hands. Seal your back heel down. Inhale, 1. Exhale, 2. And again, no rush. It's not a race. Cool. When you get there, bring your right hand to your right hip. Look about a foot in front of your front toes. Step your back foot in a little closer. Take an inhale and exhale, balancing half moon. Left hand down, right arm up. Yeah, and you could do the same thing you did on the last side, or you can totally change it up and do something different. Maybe if you've never tried hovering your hand, you try it today. And if you fall out, guess what? It's an opportunity to come right back in. Keep peeling right shoulder back, right hip back. Open your chest, your whole body towards the right side of your room. There's an expansion through your collarbone. Let that stretch feel good. One more inhale. Exhale, switch your hands. Right hand down, left arm up. Revolve, balancing half moon. Squeeze your right leg a little straighter. Bring your right hip down in line with your left. Feel for twisting from your navel through the crown of your head. Notice how these poses relate to triangle, pyramid, revolve, triangle. It's all connected. One more inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Both hands down. Kick your right leg even higher. Tuck your chin. Find a long spine. And maybe just today, your left forearm comes behind your left calf. Use that grip to pull yourself even deeper. Maybe one day, 2 hands grab your ankle, and there's even more of a balance challenge. Nice, Shane. He's going for it. One more inhale, kick a little higher. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Yeah, flutter your lips, take a squat. Pedal out your legs. Take care of yourself. This is your practice, your body. Really beautiful choices. All right, inhale, half lift, reset. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or lightly hop your feet back. Flow it out. And then we're gonna start to slow it down. All right, from down dog, inhale your right leg back. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Set up for lizard. So rock a little forward, back, work into your hips. And then when you're ready, set your back knee down, untuck your back toes, and find a version of lizard that's gonna work today. So you can stay lifted on your palms. If you're getting a green light sensation, you can come onto your forearms. Using a block or a pillow as a midway point can be really nice if you're not quite down yet. Let your head and neck hang heavy. Beautiful lizard, Mel. And Maggie look great. And Andrea. So many beautiful lizards. Joe, Leslie. You can face your front toes any direction that feels good. Just face your front knee the same direction so it's safe on your knee. Deep inhale, slow exhales. Remember, that tells your body that you're safe, so your fight or flight response doesn't kick in and you can soften into the stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, press back up onto your palms if you're not already there. And then toe heel your right foot across your mat. Set your right shin down, set up for half pigeon. And really take your time with this setup. Place your right knee at an angle outside of your right hip. Place your left leg straight back from your hip. It's gonna square your hips. And then sit up really straight. Walk your hands to your hips. Pull length out of your spine. And if you are gonna go down, just go slow. Try to keep all that length that you just created. You could stay lifted as long as you'd like. Oftentimes, the longer you stay lifted, the deeper you'll be able to sink into it, just because you have gravity on your side. Looks really good, Lauren. And then how much can you let go? Can you surrender? And we've just done a whole lot of moving. So maybe you're feeling some energies wash over your body. Maybe your heart rate's still going. And can you use your breath to slow your heart rate down if that's the case? And it's a really lovely time to just scan your body. See if there's anywhere you're holding tension that you might just soften a little. Relax your hips, relax your shoulders. Unclench your fists, unclench your jaw. Smooth out your breath. And just watch. You are so much more than your body, your thoughts, your reactions to things. You're actually a witness behind all of that. So you take a step back and just watch as things flow past. Watch as you experience this class. And exhale all of your air away. Inhale, send your breath to your right hip. Exhale, HM. And then with just as much mindfulness and care as you came down, start to slowly place your hands under your shoulders. Gently lift yourself up. Tuck your back toes, step your right foot back. Take yourself through any transition you'd like. You could take a child's pose, that could feel nice. You could flow. You could go to a three-legged dog, shake some new life into your leg. Again, this is your practice. You're empowered to make choices that are going to feel good to you, rather than forcing yourself to do something that's not right for you in the moment. And then we'll move on to the left side. So inhale your left leg back. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Set up for lizard. And again, rock a little forward, back, forward, back. And when you're ready, set your back knee down, untuck your back toes. And just find a version of lizard that's going to work on this side. And two sides can feel very, very different. Our bodies are pretty incredible. They tell the story of our lives. The activities that you did as a child literally help shape your bones. So the top of your femur might not fit into your hip socket in the same way that anyone else in the Zooms class does. What you do for a living affects your body. If you're standing a lot, if you're sitting a lot, I think we're all sitting a lot more than usual right now. But it's more than that. It's everything you've gone through. Your body accumulates that. All of your successes, all of your traumas, all of your joys, everything you've risen above, all of that's stored in your body. So it's so important to not compare yourselves to anyone else, because literally everyone's got their own story. Everyone's on their own journey. All right, one more inhale. Exhale, press back up onto your palms. And then toe heel your left foot across your mat, set your left shin down. And again, just take your time with the setup. This practice is about transitions as much as shapes. Look back at your right leg, make sure it's straight back from your hip. Walk your hands to your hips, sit up straight. And if you do want to go down, if you are ready, feel free to lower over your front leg. Keep a long spine. But again, especially with your hips, two sides can feel so different. I have a pretty janky left hip, so I usually stay lifted for most of pigeon on this side. And even just now, I'm noticing that I'm holding so much more tension in my hips than normal. So it's a time to be kind to yourself. If your body's feeling a little tighter than normal, or shapes that were once coming with a lot of ease feel a little elusive now, just know that that's okay. It's part of the process. And you get to just show up how you are. Meet yourself where you're at. What a great lesson that is. Self-acceptance, self-compassion. And you might want to take some vibrational breaths on your own, those HM. They send this really lovely vibration through your body. It's like an internal massage, and it releases tension from the inside out. If it's starting to feel a little uncomfortable, try to stay with it. We tell our teacher trainees to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it's when you step outside of your comfort zone that true growth really happens. Really nice. And then exhale, empty. Inhale, big breath to your left hip. Exhale, HM. If this feels like the best thing that happened to you all day, stay here. But if you are ready to move on, just go slow. Start to place your hands under your shoulders. Gently lift yourself up. Tuck your back toes. Step your left foot back. And it's an invitation to take your final flow of class. But again, take any transition that might feel good to you in the moment. When you get to down dog, it's your last down dog. So make it dynamic, just like the first one. Move it around, pedal it out. Use it as a diagnostic. See if anything has changed in your body. And maybe just change emotionally or mentally. It doesn't have to be necessarily physically since that first down dog. And then from there, shift your weight forward to a plank. And slowly, like you're resisting gravity, in one piece, lower yourself down. Keep your elbows tight against your ribs. Looks so good, Shane. When you get down, keep your hands where they are under your shoulders. Send your elbows up towards the ceiling like little grasshopper legs. Zip up your legs so they touch. Exhale, push your hips into the mat. Inhale, lift your head and chest for a baby cobra. So press the shoelace portion of your feet onto your mat so much that perhaps your knees lift up. That's how engaged they are. And you could try hovering your hands. You don't really need them. Use the strength of your legs, your glutes, and your back to lift your chest higher. This strengthens your whole backside body. Nice, Joe. One more inhale, a little higher. And exhale, gently release. Bring your left cheek to your mat. Send your hands back by your hips, palms face up. You can let your feet flop open, but if you're feeling a little crunchy in your lower back, you might try trimming your hips or bending your knees, windshield wiping your legs. Those are just little ways to release that area of your body. All right, one more spinal strengthener. It's so important to strengthen the backside of your core too. So bring your chin to center. This time, send your arms out long in front of you, palms face each other, thumbs face up, or to the best of your ability, working with the furniture you have. Zip up your legs. Exhale, push your hips into the mat. Inhale, arms up, chest up, legs up, superhuman. Look up to go up. Your body's gonna follow your gaze. And then can you get one more rib off your mat? What about one more inch of thigh? Pick whatever's harder to lift. Arms or legs, lift that. Yes, Andrea, one more inhale, higher. Exhale, release. Opposite cheek to your mat. Hands back by your hips, palms up. And just let go. Melt into your mat like butter on a hot day. Feel your heartbeat. That incredible muscle that pumps life through you. Now that we've warmed up our spines, let's do a little heart opener. So set up for camel. Bring your chin to center. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Come up to standing on your knees. You can pad your knees if you'd like to. I like to do that. Set your knees hips width apart, shins directly behind them. Bring your palms to your lower back where your rib cage ends. Pinkies touch, so it's like you've got your own back. Inhale, push your hips a little forward, and exhale, tilt your head back. And then you could stay there. That could totally be your camel. If you could keep your hips stacked over your knees, you could keep lifting through your heart. You could still trace the line to where the back wall and floor meet. You could grab your heels. Thumbs on the outside to open across your chest. Nice, Aiden. And then use that grip to push away from so you're still lifting. Looks so good, Lauren. Imagine a rope is pulling you up by your sternum. Keep breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to your back. Come out the way you came in. Sit your hips back onto your heels. Hero's pose. Or you could sit cross-legged if that's comfier. Close your eyes. You can go palms face up for receiving, palms face down for grounding. And just come back to your breath. I like to think of these classes and us in these classes as like having a water bottle filled with water and sand. And we move so much energy around and you shake up the bottle and everything's chaotic and moving and there's so much energy moving. But then you pause and everything settles back down and the water becomes clear again. But it always settles in a different way, right? You're never quite the same when you leave class as when you first walk in. And little by slowly, those changes start to creep into the rest of your life. And pretty soon, the yoga touches all corners of your life. Just one more inhale here. And as you exhale, gently flutter your eyes open. And in any way that makes sense, send your legs out long in front of you. Set up for seated forward fold. You can kind of rock your thigh bones back so you're really perched on your sit bones. It's going to give you a better angle at your hips. Inhale, sit up straight, biceps by your ear. Exhale, hinge at your waist, lower yourself over your legs. And just like in every pose, you have choices. If you want it to be passive, bend your knees, drape your torso, round your spine. Allow the gentle pull on the back of your shoulders, your back to feel good. Let gravity help you open those spaces. If you're working on your hamstring flexibility, you might want it to be active. Keep your spine really straight. The moment you round your back, you stop getting into your hamstrings. Looks awesome, Maggie, Mo. You do what works for you. Nice, Marika and Manabu. I hope I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. Oh, cool. I got ahead now. All right, one more inhale to whatever space you found. And as you exhale, let your hands drag along your sides. Slowly roll yourself up, head and neck left. When you get up, bend your knees, come forward. Place the soles of your feet on your mat. Send your arms out long in front of you. Keep your feet planted, engage your core, and just slowly lower yourself all the way down to your back. We did a lot of core work throughout class today. This is just a tiny bit more. Nice, and when you get down, keep your knees bent. Send your arms out wide into a capital letter T, or if you don't have enough space, you can cactus your arms. Shift your hips a little to your left. Just let your knees drop over to the right. Take a gentle glance over your left arm. You could stay here, just let gravity do all the work, but you can also bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh, just for a little extra weight, if that might feel good, help traction your back a little. Close your eyes. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your knees to center. And then bring your hips over to your right. Gently let your knees fall over to your left. Take a gentle glance over your right arm. Any variation here. If you want to get into your shoulders a little more, you can cactus your arms. I see a husky, I see a kitty. I just kind of soak up these last few moments of class. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your knees to center, center off your hips. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really big hug. And then do something that feels good to you. If you like the feeling of compression, you can grab for elbows. If elbows aren't accessible, you can grab for forearms or wrists. If you like the massage-y feeling on your spine, you can roll side to side. It's a nice place to just thank yourself for showing up, to know that what you did today was enough. From there, press the soles of your feet together. Send your knees out wide for butterfly. Interlace your hands around your feet if you're able. If you're not, you can just grab your shins. Keep your head down, but tuck your chin so your whole spine is on your mat. And then start to feel for getting your legs over your head. So pull your feet towards your heart rather than your groin. It just opens your hips in a different kind of way. Send your breath into the bowl of your pelvis. Looks so good, everyone. One more inhale here. Exhale, happy baby. Grab your feet from the outside, open up, and then you can get playful. If there's any tension that you don't want to take with you into the rest of your evening, let it go now. You can flutter your lips. Take a lion's breath. Roll around, make funny faces. Let's take a lion's breath together. Exhale, empty. Inhale, stretch up your face really, really tight. Exhale, stick out your tongue. And then release your grip. Send your legs out long. Let your feet flop open. Close your eyes. You can go palms face up, soak up the good energy in your space. But if that feels at all vulnerable, one hand to heart, one hand to belly will just help you keep your own energy. And this pose is the most important one of all. Traditionally, yogis practice the asanas, which are the postures, so that they could exhaust their body and mind in order to meditate. So as you let the dust settle, see if you can find a deep place inside to travel to. Feel for floating and falling through the floor. Please just stay where you are for a few more moments. I'm going to make a few announcements. The first one is thank you so much for class. It's such an honor to guide you through practice. So thank you for showing up here tonight. If you're able to donate, you can go to yogatothepeople.com/donate. I'll drop that link in the chat. And please don't think of donation as payment for your class. Instead, think of it as payment for someone else's class that might not have otherwise had access to yoga. I think right now, humanity is really coming together, and it's a time to take care of each other. And I think the world would be a much better place if everyone did a little more yoga. So if you're able to, thank you so much. If this yoga is starting to speak to you and teacher training is something you're interested in, we have 2 open houses, Saturday, May 2nd and Wednesday, May 6th. Information's on the website. You can meet the teachers that run it, ask questions. I run it out here on the West Coast, Alina on the East Coast. Such a beautiful experience. I've seen it change so many people's lives. And then I'm going to end class the way we always do, read a quote, and then you're free to go. This is one of my all-time favorite quotes, and it feels particularly useful right now. It's by Albert Einstein. A human being is part of a whole, called by us the universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts, and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our own personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circles of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. Then one more time, please exhale, empty. Inhale, big belly breath in. Exhale, HA. Just start to add in a little movement to your Shavasana. Maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, pet your cat or dog, roll your head side to side. Stretch your arms overhead. Take a big full body stretch. When you're ready, start to roll onto one side. Gently push yourself up to a seated position. You'll see our cat has joined. She's laying on top of Shane right now. I'm going to get a photo of that. Thank you all so much. My name is Kris. It was such a pleasure to have you all